Going live.
on the
We're
Tiki Talk.
live. Woohoo!
What's up?
What's up, guys?
Wow.
Let's see. This one. This one. I got a new phone because it kept on messing. Nope. I'm just gonna do it again. Different phone. What? I tell you what, me and phone. Can't find the right
Okay.
phone.
I'm not exactly a fan of this new camera. I'm not even gonna lie. This thing is stupid clear.
Yeah.
Go back your way a little bit.
Let it back a little bit. There we go.
That is stupid clear. The other one wasn't even that good on the Apple.
No. So.
This is a 4K camera.
So yeah.
All right. So
make sure you have all your pimples picked and all that.
Right.
Clean.
No boogies.
Right. You'll be able to see it.
So for you guys over on TikTok, we are live on our podcast right now. This is the behind the scenes live. So you can see behind the scenes. But
which
anyway,
here's pretty much as it is.
If you want to join the podcast and communicate with us over there, go to my bio, hit the YouTube link, and just scoot on over there. We are currently live right now.
So yeah, a little over a week ago, I set up a TikTok channel. I'm sure you saw that one.
Indeed.
Wrestle Wisdom.
Indeed.
Asking questions. I'm going to revamp it a little bit, since I'm starting to get used to the program and the app and all that. So,
So I got
a little revamp.
I got some knowledge we can put on there.
Awesome. So, and for it, it's called Wrestle.Wisdom. Jump on over. I'm about to do a revamp on it, but I'm clearing about 600 views per episode.
Very nice.
So, yeah. So I'm enjoying that. So I'm going to do, right now it's 3 questions with a 3 count to answer. I want to speed up the 3 count. I want to change it to 5 questions and all that. So
with a 2 count?
Well, I'm going to stick with 3 count. It's wrestling. You got to have a 3 count. I know.
Damn. Actually, give it a 10 count. Because you count to 10 outside the ring and you're done.
Yeah, but that's going to make it even
My
longer.
brain doesn't even function after 3 count.
So you think I should extend it out a little further?
Probably.
Okay, fine.
Just a guess.
I'll drag it out to a 10 count. I want to keep it at 5 questions. And moving past just WWE questions, we're going WCW and NWA, stuff like that. So,
TNA.
Yeah.
Boy, did we get some awesome news this week.
So we're going to dig into that one because
wow.
I was not expecting that. That one.
I was definitely not expecting her.
Yep.
Wow.
Is my water
right behind you?
Right behind me.
Dear God, Jesus have mercy, Lord Jesus.
Fix the chair. Or push the couch down.
When does your AI send you chats?
I have no idea. That's creepy. That is very creepy. My wife's AI on Snapchat sent her a chat.
Okay. That's about as good as you.
What's up, Jamie?
Getting a phone call from your own phone number.
I've never had that happen.
You've never?
No.
I've had it like 3 times. A spam caller, and they can pick a random number, and it's been my own number. 3 different numbers, 3 different times.
So why in the fuck did you go from Apple to Android?
I've had both, and I just never saw anything really super special about Apple that I didn't have with Android.
Picture quality.
Picture quality is really good. I can zoom in on a lot better things on my Android now than I could with my Apple.
Does that phone make it look bigger?
We don't need that one, okay? Make the Claymore look like an Empire State Building.
Did you see the video that's circulating TikTok? It's Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest.
No.
And it's the one where he's like, "What's your wife's name?" Or he says, "Your wife going to be there? What's her name?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "I would tread lightly with your next words. I'll drop you where you stand." And he goes, "I really don't care if she's there. I just want to get under your skin." There's 3,000 videos to that audio.
Really?
No lie.
It was a good moment. I tell you what.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that first little in-ring segment, starting off Raw, I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to jump into that yet, because last week we weren't here. Unfortunately, last Thursday
Abel, be as quiet as
I was not feeling
possible.
real well, so we kind of missed out. Unfortunately, going into the King and Queen of the Ring, but we had that PLE happen.
Mhm.
I mean, overall, it was a pretty good pay per view or PLE, I think. you
Right.
know. Interested on how things are going to work with everything that came out of it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we definitely know the reason Becky dropped the belt for one is because her contract is coming up.
At the end of the month,
Yeah, well, yeah, and
July 1st,
she's June.
June 1st. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's hasn't resigned. We know Seth has resigned.
Has
So,
he?
Yes, he did. So
All right, then.
that happened last week.
Are they going to do a Shield? That'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
What up, biker?
So I see it because Becky was wanting to take some time off to spend with the family.
Right.
So I mean, if she's not re-signing, I could see, maybe, her and Seth, her taking care of their daughter, maybe even having another one, spend time with family. Hey, and
Right.
if that's so, more power to her and all them. They need to get that.
me.
Yeah.
Whoa. I
Did you
want
get some
more.
of that on you? Or,
I might
no,
have.
dang, man.
No, it's actually just like the splatter.
Okay. So, so if that's what the reason, I more power to him. Becky, of course, knows that she'll be missed. She's been a workhorse, and she'll be back. I can see her coming back later.
Right.
Let her take her time.
Right.
And when she comes back, the pop will blow the roof off.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Unless she's already pregnant.
well, apparently, from sources I've heard, is Bianca is pregnant.
Oh, she is.
Okay.
Yeah, she
and
is.
that's crazy that she's still wrestling, but
Yeah.
she's always been really active.
Yep.
Anyways, and people are like, how come she's not? If she's pregnant, how come she's still wrestling? Well, just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you can't do the same normal activities. You just have to be, So, and I know that they're going to protect. She's going to go as long as she can, especially because, she's working to try to help Jade right now.
Right.
So, I mean,
Jade doesn't really need a whole lot of help.
Yeah, she's getting better each and every time.
Most
so
definitely.
it's great. I was kind of concerned, not gonna lie, but she has definitely been impressing me. For the last match, I saw, she did a lot more work and she carried it really well.
Right.
So yeah, she's gonna be a great addition, especially with Bianca leaving. She'll be the next, strong woman for the brand. So yeah, that was a good match.
Yes.
Their finishing move, I still love that.
Pile driver, or no, a
DDT
DDT into a suplex.
Yes,
A forced suplex.
a forced suplex.
Wow.
It's
Slam me, baby.
Yeah, man.
I need my wife to get a twin so they can do that to me.
You think you can handle two of her?
No, that's what I'm saying. You
Yeah,
do that
so-
one move to me and I'm probably done. I'm old enough that it'll probably break my spine.
Yeah, and
Yeah, you're old. You will not be able to handle anything.
Okay. Says the one with a Micro Machines garage and a monster truck vehicle.
no, she has a completely confused look on her face.
Micro Machine garage.
Oh.
Monster truck vehicle. What's up, Brian?
So, let's see.
Hey, my dear, can I have more? That was really good. Brush, you gotta try both.
Okay, I'll try a little bit.
Yeah.
How much do you want?
A little bit.
I'm not high-fiving you.
We got him to try some.
I get him to try food all the time.
Yes, she does.
Do
See?
you want a fucking cookie?
I don't need a high five for it. I just say, hey, are you sure you
I
don't
can
have
get you a
five?
step stool so you can reach them.
We don't have a big go.
What's up, everybody?
So,
We are currently live on YouTube. And if you want to join the live, which I'm looking at you guys live, but now I'm looking at you guys on TikTok. Come up here to my bio. In my bio, it has YouTube. It says YouTube. Click on it. And you can come directly to the YouTube channel that's going on right now. What's up, Brittany?
On Yeet TV.
Yeet.tv.
Yeah, Yeet.tv.
Come on
I know,
now.
well, but it's we don't pronounce the
We've
dot.
been doing this shit for
But we
months.
we don't do the dot. We just say
Yeet.
Yeet TV.
Yeet TV.
Ay, ay, ay. So let's see other matches. I heard something interesting also today. Is apparently Chad Gable's contract is up real soon.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I saw it, and then I saw it again. So I was like, first I was like, yeah, and then I saw it again, and I was like, okay, so I mean, he's working really hard, and he's being pushed pretty hard
Right.
for his contract to be up. So, I mean, I'm guessing they're. Thank you.
Thank you, my
I'm
love.
guessing they're expecting him to stay. You know, and this isn't too bad of an angle. You know, they got it's the old Kurt Angle.
Right.
I love what they're doing with Otis.
Mhm.
I've been a fan of Otis. I've actually got some shirts coming out for Otis.
What this reminds me of with Otis is what they did
You can go ask.
with Luke Gallows' character when he
Uh-huh.
was
Festus.
Festus. Like just completely just wow. That's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, when he joined with CM Punk and then went from
Mhm.
Festus to Luke. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, Otis has been there. I've been a fan of Otis.
Otis. Come on.
Yes,
now.
Otis.
Otis.
I've called him
Okay.
Otis many a times. And, I mean, I've got a shirt coming out that from a poster we had a few years ago at Raw, and it's Otis for President.
Mhm.
So, we're going to make that a shirt. And, of course, we're going to do a free Otis. I mean, come on now. So, boy, and I really thought he was just going to drop Chad the other day. So whatever they're going to do with that, I'm open for whatever. He's getting his big push. He's getting a really good push
Duly noted.
for
Got a
individual.
bad thing?
Huh?
Bad thing?
No, I was saying duly noted.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see it until now. That's why I was like,
And we'll get into that because that was more. Most of that ended up Monday night. We'll get to
Right.
that in just a little bit.
This is really good, y'all, for those that don't know. This is garlic chicken with Caesar pasta. Yeah.
you're gonna have to have a conversation with Bill because he literally just opened the screen door and then knocked. He told me no. Okay.
I was really surprised the Becky and Liv Morgan match was really. I wasn't sure how good it was going to be.
Right.
But I really enjoyed it.
Did you see what happened after Raw?
I did. We'll talk about that.
Hmm.
Yes.
I mean,
It cut off right before it happened.
she did tell Rhea Ripley, everything you love is mine.
Right. So, and it fits with the narrative that it looks like they've been drawing towards for a while now. So,
Mhm.
but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Of course, Dominic showing up, helping out, Liv by accident, whichever,
Mm-hmm.
how it's going to work out.
That wasn't by accident.
Like I said, they've been hitting at it for a little while between them. So,
I think that's going to be Dominic's way out of Judgment Day.
yeah, it's because it's going to force. Like I said that's imploding each and every week.
Mm-hmm.
So,
When they said, do what you want, do whatever you want.
right. So,
Back on track, though.
but anyways, let's go ahead. Because like I said, the PLE was great. Good overall. Like I
I
said,
didn't know he was like it or not.
we'll
but
see how
it was
the
worth
outcomes
the
from
drive.
that works.
Mhm.
Monday Night Raw. Very beginning, going through
It takes, like, a little
Damien, banter back and forth, both doing really well. and then Drew coming in, and just that's a three-way battle. How they're going to work it out, whichever way. I know Damian and Drew at Clash at the Castle.
Yep.
So are they going to give it to Drew when he's home? Because he will be home.
I think they will because they took it from him last year.
Right. That's what I'm wondering. Because he didn't get it last year. I mean, granted, they were in Wales last year, but he's going to be home.
Yep.
So
I think they give it to him.
yeah, and basically just start a. I think it looks to be a very interesting three-way battle because normally it's just two going at it for the title. You're gonna have a three-way with three really good killers.
Yep.
So
Because I mean, Drew gets Damian at Clash in the Castle, and then Gunther gets whoever the champion is at SummerSlam.
so, which I mean, Drew wins it.
Yep.
So, but that
Drew
leaves-
versus Gunther is going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Very good. I can see, Damian interfering.
Oh yeah, easy.
Like I said, because that three-way feud should be pretty epic.
If that lightsaber gets broken, you know why.
Go get it. Or just text Jen and let her know, hey, only April still touch that.
No, Brian doesn't care for Gunther.
Yeah.
Well, Gunther's style, it's a different style than most of us here in America are used to.
Mm-hmm.
It is very old school. It is very British.
Very
European.
Very European, yeah.
Methodical. So, I mean, to really enjoy it and understand it, you would have to have watched some other things, And if you don't like it, that's up to you,
Huh?
Everybody has their right. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean you're wrong. So,
Hang tight.
but it'll be a great moment to help, like I said, with Gunther, especially with the different styles of Drew and Damian against Gunther. Might help him kind of spread out his repertoire just a little bit more. So, his attitude. Oh, I mean, his attitude. If that's that should mean that. We got someone knocking at the window.
Why is it when we're doing videos we hear knocks at the door or the window, and your son
always-
happens to pop in? Says, I can see you, Father.
Yeah.
I love his name though.
Speaking of,
I'm
yeah,
gonna take it for now
con man.
because this was not cheap,
Con Mania.
and you are allowing
Yep.
other people other
Yeah,
than
if you
yourself
see
to
Con
play with
Mania
it.
in the comments,
This is
that's
not
my
okay.
son.
Yes.
That's my baby boy.
It takes one.
What he
one
Baby
second.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like 6'12".
He is huge. He hit a nice milestone this last week. He deadlifted 405.
No, he said it was 20.
He's 16.
No, it was not.
He deadlifted 405 pounds.
Okay, so you don't
This
pick
was
me
not
up.
cheap. This was really
Mm-mm.
So,
the only person allowed to play with it is
no,
you.
Dad.
Like your brothers can't even play with it. I'm sorry. So no, you're fine. If it's broken, you won't have it. I'm going to keep it in here for now.
Gotta admit, that
You
was
guys
good.
aren't
That was good. So,
Since you
He
guys aren't
retracted
gonna
his
play with that
statement.
outside.
It even says it.
Yeah.
Comment retracted.
You said no, Dad. No, they retracted it. Yeah.
All
So.
right, buddy. Love you. Bye.
Well, it is in the bio. It's in the. Let me see the deal. I can show him my bio.
So,
It's chess. I'm going to show him my bio.
even Curtis agreed to think you wore some on that one.
No.
I probably did. Let me see. I'm going to show him on
Yeah.
camera.
All he has to do is go
I
to
know.
the
I'm going to
bio
show him on
and
my camera.
Oh.
Of course, the
All
great
right.
part,
Chess, it's right here.
the UB2B.
It's right there under U.S. Army vet. It's on the left-hand side.
What is our dog's name?
So-
You're not going to be happy. A pencil.
Seriously, Abel?
Of course,
Did you call him Abel?
we had Finn.
That was Abel's pencil, so yeah.
Well, it wasn't on the floor.
Yes, it was, because he came running out of his room.
Oh,
Where else would he have gotten
that's
it?
on him.
So, anyways, of course, we had a Finn Balor and the Klingon JD McDonough show up.
Yeah.
That big old gargantuan ape head. Everybody call him a Funko Pop.
I mean, when Braun Strowman gets done with him, he's going to look like a Funko
Yeah.
Pop.
So of course they had that match, and then that match was actually a lot better than I expected for it to be, and it was
That name.
Buddy,
okay.
what are you doing?
What does it say?
Yeah, I'm not saying it.
Whoever has the username I eat ass, love it. Love it.
Look at that heat. It's huge.
It looks yummy.
Look like a freaking watermelon toothpick.
Well,
He's like Lord Farquaad.
I don't know, Biker. It doesn't show up on his.
Huh.
Maybe it's a Canada thing.
Ugh. Good enough.
Go to go to YouTube and type in yeet.tv. Yeet.tv.
But that match was better than I expected.
Yeet.tv.405. Yeah,
Yeah, it's 405.
yeet.tv.405.
Yeah, don't forget the 405 in that.
Okay. Babe, can you type it in the comments for me, please?
And then they just kind of drug
Can
it
you
out.
type it in the comments for me, please?
What is it called?
Yeet.tv.405.
So it has the
Probably our truth
most.
or Alexander.
Owie! Gunner!
What up,
Ow,
Kay?
Gunner.
Oh, I don't remember right off the top of my
It's either
head.
Cedric
Good
or
job, Brian.
it's either Cedric or our truth.
I just saw it. I don't think it's
Our truth.
He has one of the longest title reigns.
I mean, he's
is it
still
R-Truth?
the champion.
Yeah, technically he's still the champion.
Yeah.
So well, yeah.
There you go, babe. That loose skin.
Uh-huh. Good. Start getting fat, boy.
But how they kept dragging on the whole Braun and JD McDonough throughout the rest of the show.
Oh man, and they found him at the end.
And then how it worked out at the end was really good.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Then the next match, Ricochet versus Ilya. Those guys, that was a great match. I really enjoyed it. And of course, as Ilya's coming out, we had another QR code. And which it looks like June 13th.
Mhm.
Is it, or June 17th?
What up, Loki?
53. Wow, that's a lot.
Loki, we are live on YouTube right now if you want to go check it out.
The QR code, the URL, led to a saint.
Yeah.
Whose feast is on June, I want to say 17th or 13th. It might be the 17th, which is a Monday Night Raw show. So we know that previously we had one of the QR codes, one of the clues led to Rowan University.
Mm-hmm.
And also, in part of those clues for the Rowan University, it did show a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and kind of like names, and it gave descriptions of people.
Right.
So, and I'm not sure if the names are going to be the characteristics or the names they're going to go by. I mean, we pretty much think we've all kind of know who's in the new Wyatt Six.
I saw something that had people in it that never would have thought.
Oh, really?
Never would have thought in a million years.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Joe Gacy, because he's disappeared from NXT. Totally.
Probably.
Oh yeah, I like Uncle Howdy. The whole Uncle Howdy thing. Bray Wyatt, as you can kind of tell.
Yowie
Um, I've seen a lot of people very negative and down about the continuation of the Wyatt Six. And like I said, and if you're not, hyped about it, that's your deal. I understand.
That's your choice.
I'm not going to dog you for it. Everybody has their own style, their own way.
Yep.
I am kind of frustrated that they're dragging it on for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I do know during the commercial breaks, the song is coming on, stuff like that, and I do know it's a way to honor Bray. I'm fully aware of that. We've talked about it several times on this show. I mean, Bray's genius was never really allowed to fully flourish, and when it was about to, the unfortunate events happened.
Yep.
So, I mean, I've got, like I said, this is not my only Bray shirt.
No.
My
No.
Facebook profile has a memorial to Bray on it. I am very, very aware. I was a big fan of his and his creative genius.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm very happy with the Wyatt Six. If it is going to be Uncle Howdy, if it's going to be a different character, either way, I don't care. I know that they're going to do it and they're going to do it right. Triple H he's wanting to make sure it's done properly.
Yep.
So we have full trust in Paul. In Paul, we trust. I've got a shirt coming out with that one, by the way.
He's the real king of the ring, by the way.
Yeah, he is the true king. So, and he's proving it.
Indeed, Jamie, indeed.
Yeah. But with that, let's continue on. We had the Ricochet and Ilya Dragunov match. Insane. Great.
She had a brain fart.
Oh. Is that what that smell was?
Can I please watch this without you pressing things on my phone?
And then, of course, we had Braun Breaker just coming in and decimating.
Tell Jamie to come over and hang out with me.
Jamie, Courtney says, come over and hang out.
Kommen Sie. So.
Kommen Sie his.
Kommen Sie her.
She said, lol. Okay.
Lol.
Was she really? Is she really?
She said, are you really, though? She can read your comments, so. Don't say it if you ain't about it. What's up, Lucy?
So, Braun showing up and just decimating everyone.
I just swear you just said Braun swing went up.
Only this guy would. Anyway.
Braun swing went up.
It's feng shui.
Feng shui. Or isn't it feng shui? How's it spelled? Like feng shui.
I know it's pronounced feng shui. That's
right.
But
babe, Google feng shui. See how it's spelled.
No.
Hold on. Hey Siri, how do you spell feng shui?
Feng shui. F-E-N-G-S-H-U-I.
Feng shui. Or feng shui.
Feng shui. If you're here from the south, that there is feng shui. You know that feng shui stuff? Number one gifter.
Let's take a moment of silence for his common sense. That disappeared a long time ago.
Yeah. Yes, and definitely Braun definitely looks more like his uncle right now.
Yes, he does.
I mean, he's got the attitude of his dad in a sense, but he looked like I mean, he's a great mix between the both.
Mm-hmm.
So, Big Papa Pump got your hook up.
He's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yes,
That's for
he
sure.
is.
Excuse me. I am watching that. Stop it.
We have a
She's talking
Great Dane next
dog.
door over here that's just doesn't care.
No.
Just wants attention and just a giant puppy. Like, keep messing with that phone, you're just gonna be petting with me.
I mean, he is a giant. I thought I asked my son to close the door.
Yeah. Children, they don't listen.
Apologies for that. Right there. That's not a blue wall, I promise you. That is
Yeah.
a white wall. Well, off white, but whatever.
I was doing homework.
She was doing that.
Yes, and by the way, Brian, yes, I do know that Uncle Howdy. Yeah, it's Taylor Rotunda. I know. I keep track, like I said.
That was super loud.
Stop. Gentler. That's the second time you've hit him in the mouth.
Gentler.
Stop.
Who hit who in the mouth?
What? Okay, be careful.
Who hit who in the mouth?
Abel.
Oh,
Abel hit Noah in the mouth.
So,
well, maybe he deserved it.
No, he didn't.
We don't know that.
anyways, after that, we had the Authors of Pain versus the Creed brothers.
Hmm.
I mean, it was a decent match.
Are you gonna be like
I
your
mean,
dad and go
I don't
out
know.
to
I mean, I can't say really much bad about it. I
Mhm.
can't say much good about it.
Right.
Their finishing move, the name of it did catch me off guard, and I had to yell it out loud after I heard it. Did you catch it?
No.
It's called What a Rush.
Okay.
And of course we know why.
Yeah.
So yeah. Who the Author of Pain's manager is, and
Yeah.
you know his connection to. So I thought that was interesting.
What a rush.
Yeah.
Fine.
So
Get him.
then we had the
Get
other
him!
little segment with Sheamus,
Yes.
and
So I gotta come find you, fella.
and
And then he got ambushed.
I-
What was up with that?
well, they've been having this little spat going on.
Sheamus will squash him like a doo-doo bug.
I want to see that.
Me too.
I think that might actually be a really, really, really good match.
No, it'd be a really good rehearsal.
I think it would be.
I mean, when it
Can I
comes
have my
to
hand?
figure and tone, he's got him beat. But when it comes to brute strength,
Right.
I am not-
Sheamus
no,
holds all the
I am not a
cards.
chew toy. No.
Logan Paul match.
No.
You mean the Cody Rhodes warm-up match?
No.
Cody
I'm not a
Logan.
chew toy.
I mean,
Why would you hit somebody in the stomach with brass knuckles is what I want to know.
yeah.
In the stomach? What's that going to do?
I am not
I
a
mean,
chew toy.
Granted, if it was,
Stop it.
you know, if it truly was
Tell that
brass
to my
knuckles,
private parts.
he's
I
okay.
said I am not a chew toy. Knock it off.
So, anyways,
I beg to differ.
the Cody Logan match, I really, really enjoyed. I said, you know, the thing I have with Logan is slowly disappearing. You know, that personal thing with what he did.
Yep.
Because his in-ring work and how he sells everything, it's starting to really overshadow all the other stuff. As a performer, I think he's yeah, that was great. The thing between Cole and Logan right now, that's also another great thing.
I wonder
I see it leading
to a match.
but not with Cole.
Yeah.
Because just last week, I think it was announced that somebody got released to start wrestling again, if he so chose.
Ow!
Cody Graves.
Corey,
Corey
yes.
Graves? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Huh.
it'd be like the old JR where there was that feud, and
Mhm.
then Jerry the King Lawler stepped in to wrestle.
Speaking of people that wrestle that don't wrestle, I'm gonna tell you what, Nick Aldis, if you're watching, okay, if you're watching, I saw a video of you and Cody for the title, bro. Where do you hide all that muscle? Where?
Nick is
Like
phenomenal.
I thought you were scrawny.
No, you see, I knew he wasn't. That suit does not show. It's a sleeper suit. Yeah,
A sleeper suit.
Yeah, because
It's like a Sub-Zero freaking sleeping bag.
yeah, and he can go.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he got beat, but
still,
I saw it.
yeah,
Chains and the flips and oh man.
yeah. So
What?
yeah. So there's so many options, especially with Logan. I thought it was great with the whole changing up with the lawyer before the match.
Oh, yeah.
That was a nice little segment. And Nick was about to go off, and that's why Cody is like, "Oh no, Nick! I know how you are when you get mad.
Mhm.
So go ahead. I got this." So yeah, that's well, Logan's reliance on the knuckles is no different for me.
No.
Than Triple H when he was with DX, always having help. With any other great heel, they cannot win it on their own accord.
Yep.
Roman Reigns just recently, his brass knuckles was.
I only have this shirt because of what it says.
So
Ask him. It's not a Roman Reigns fan.
Yeah, it's a great trope for the wrestling business, and it's very old school. I mean, you had, Randy's dad, Cowboy Bob, who had the perpetual broken arm.
Yep.
So it's a great
you
old
had
school
Hacksaw Jim Duggan with the 2x4.
Right.
You had Jake the Snake with the snake.
So if for a heel, it's a great little gimmick, but it's not too gimmicky without being a gimmick.
Then you had Sabu with a fucking barbed wire baseball bat.
And
Sandman, what was he? He had beer cans.
Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those, his reliance on the knucks. If he just, of course, and every bad guy's got to cheat. That's his way. That's their way. Every heel, it's just what they do. Okay. So, that was one of those great things. Kind of like, if throwback to the Rock and Hulk Hogan match. In that match, Hogan was supposed to be the bad guy, and The Rock was supposed to be the face. Rock flat out was supposed to be the face. Hogan was supposed to be the heel. They did everything for Hogan to be the heel before that big WrestleMania match. He took a semi and drove it into The Rock's vehicle that he was in. And
he was still the face.
And he still ended up being the face.
Yep.
And it blew him away. But Rock, being the professional, even the Hogan was blown away how good, Dwayne was. That he's like, he knew he became the heel, so he instantly changed that fast and was able to pull on that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's in.
And he enjoyed every minute of it. He said,
yes, he did. He loved every. He was surprised of how great he was. So I said it's a great thing. Like I said, that's one of the things that's starting to win me over with Logan.
Right.
He is a true fan, and he truly wants to craft this business. The Tyson and Paul fight. If
don't even care. Don't even care.
I say is I want Mike to knock him out.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Mike needs to drop him and just end it.
Mike, just chew his nose off or something.
I want to see, like I said,
bite it off.
I don't know how old is Brian. Brian, how old are you? I don't know.
He's late 20s, early 30s, I believe.
Okay. Back in when I was, watching him, I don't know if you've seen any of the videos of Mike. he had 90-second fights.
Yep.
And he came in, the guy would punch, he would come down, come under, and
I know it's
20.
open.
And his right hook, just right to the jaw, just devastated guys left
And
and
if
right.
he hit you in the temple, you were going down even faster.
Yeah, that because he knows right where that body's at, and so
Yep.
if he has a chance, it's So
I don't know how many of you guys were around to watch Tyson fight in his prime. Okay. I could get hate for this, but I don't care. If you took him back to the 60s, he'd have slaughtered Muhammad Ali. Slaughtered him.
Ali was one of the great ones.
He's the greatest. But Mike Tyson
at the time,
is just
psychologically, he got in people's heads.
right.
But
And I mean, he's in Jake Paul's head right now.
Yeah, pure viciousness. Mike Tyson would have rocked Ali.
He would have ate him alive.
Yeah, and
Ate him to pieces.
And even at Tyson's age, the videos we've seen, he
I saw him hit that heavy bag, and man, did that thing move.
Yeah, I saw where Jake made fun of Tyson's kid, his daughter.
Oh yeah.
I said, "Hey, I know me alone. Someone, yeah.
You make fun of my kid, I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah.
But you make fun of Iron Mike Tyson.
Deceased
you
daughter.
Make fun of a cannibal's daughter. Okay.
He needs
not just Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson will literally bite off your flesh.
I mean,
ask Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, he's missing part of an ear still.
He had it surgically replaced.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see Mike rock him.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see him rock him real hard.
Oh yeah.
And if he doesn't, I'm going to be very suspicious of it.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, oh, that was set up.
Yeah. I mean, I see them money-wise
bringing in billions,
dragging it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, I mean, if Mike does not,
they made a movie.
Out.
They made a movie about this fight, and they made it a few years back. Rocky. He literally came out of retirement for one fight against a super cocky son of a bitch.
Yeah, yeah, and it was Sylvester Stallone's last fighting as Rocky,
and he rocked his ass.
Yeah, because there's, and it kind of is very similar to a thing, which we're going to talk about. What's going on with TikTok right now?
Mm-hmm.
You got some of these.
Over there.
We have some of these, Gen Zers thinking that they're going to come after us Gen X. I'm sorry.
We got 2 words for you.
Yeah.
Go away.
Just yeah, and what happened just with TikTok just recently? These Gen Zs trying to call out Gen X, and
there are and it's funny. Well, not really funny, but in 90% of the TikTok videos that are made that go huge, you see negative comments that are political, racial, hate motivated.
Yeah.
In these Gen X videos, there's not one.
No.
I've seen hundreds of videos, and not one comment in any of those videos that's race related, hate related, or like religion related. None of that.
No, that's
it's
good.
all, oh, we're better than you. No, we're better than you. It's just like,
that's what, and that's some of these leftist ideology individuals. They're trying to call all of us racist. Mm-hmm. We don't care. We
are not racist. We burned our ass on the slide, same as everybody else.
We all had the same shared experience. We all hung out with each other. We all were friends. Oh, yeah. I mean, we didn't care.
Now, granted, the couple generations before us, or the generation before us, they were a little more strict on that.
But with us, there was,
if you were my friend, you were my friend.
We didn't care.
I didn't care if you had a better tan than me. I didn't care. Don't give a damn.
You were another person just like me. You were going through the same experiences in life just like me.
I got my ass whooped just like a black kid.
And we But it's one of those we'd also fight and then we'd hang out afterwards.
Right. See, back when we were, you know, Gen Alpha's age, back when we were that young, we didn't just jump somebody. Okay.
Yeah. That was a punk way out.
If we were in school, we told the whole school I'm beating his ass after school. Or we told him, meet me over here after school. We're going to fight this out.
And if they didn't show up,
you automatically win by default. And it was over. Over. They were a yellow belly. Done. You won the fight. Done. No more drama. No more BS. No more shit. They were lower than you. You were better than them. Done.
And there was no retaliation from sneak attack in the back.
Nope.
No. Because if that happened, then everybody else was ganging up on them.
Yep.
So, I mean, we're also the same generation. I don't know if it was the same with you. I'm not sure if it was an Oklahoma thing, if it was our generation thing. I've wanted this. I was going to ask this. I was going to ask on my TikTok channel, but crosstown football rival.
Oh, Yukon Mustang.
What happened after the football game?
I mean, we all ended up at Godfather's Pizza on Main Street. Because 9 times out of 10, the game took place in Yukon. And the go-to place in Yukon was Godfather's Pizza. There was a Sonic sitting right in front of it. And some kind of, I think it was a Circle K. I don't remember. It's a Circle K or 7-Eleven. One of those two, but it was there. And all the football players would literally go to the Circle K or 7-Eleven and get free alcohol. No lie. Free alcohol. If Yukon won the game, the whole football team was able to go in there and get a 6-pack for free. Didn't matter if you were 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. Did not fucking matter. If you were part of the football team,
you flash cash, it was done.
I mean, not even that. Like, it was free.
Oh,
you walk in and they would hand you a 6-pack.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I was 17 years old walking out with a 6-pack of beer.
I mean, I know in Moore, like I said, I don't know if this was just a Moore thing. I grew up in Moore, Oklahoma. Every crosstown rival game, after the football game, there was the big crosstown rival fight.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had that too.
And then everybody would meet up at the park or wherever the set place was for the party and all the other stuff. Oh, hi.
Right. We fell over. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. They said it was just, it was one of those, the fight wasn't, malicious, fully. Nope. It was just it
was malicious.
It was malicious. We were violent.
It was 100% malicious. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I mean, that's not probably the right word, but afterwards we still hung out and with each other.
Yeah. Like you would literally be sitting down with somebody that you just punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
And you'd be talking stories about the game. You'd be talking stories about your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever. But yeah, like
we didn't care race, religion.
You know what they did if they bullied you in school? Like, oh, okay. What did you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just walking. Yeah, I don't believe that. What did you do to entice them? I didn't do anything. I was just walking. Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it. Cool. No big deal.
So what did you do about it?
Oh, I didn't fight back. Well, then you're an idiot. I actually know students that I was friends with that in high school, they got bullied, didn't fight back, and they got suspended. Make that make sense. Like, you Gen Zers and millennials of some ages and Gen Alpha, okay? Bless your heart. You guys are like, oh, we're going to make Gen X cry. Bro, my parents couldn't even make me cry, and they were ruthless.
We were more harmful to each other.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, just we hurt each other's feelings more than anybody else ever could.
100%.
So you saying things like that, it just gives us motivation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that. Is that really the best you can come up with? And the reason I can say that is because all these Gen Zers who posted all this stuff trying to call out, I noticed yesterday they've deleted their videos.
Some of them have, yeah.
A lot of them.
Or they within about a day or two are like, I'd like to make a formal apology.
Yeah.
Apology not accepted.
Yeah.
Square up.
You talk smack. You thought, like I said, you're the whole. You don't want the smoke. I said this yesterday. No, you don't understand. Gen X doesn't do smoke.
No, we do heat.
Yeah, we burn things to the ground.
We do heat. We do fire.
Yeah, I mean, one of our favorite songs, especially when it came time for clubbing.
Let that motherfucker burn.
Yeah.
Let it burn.
Let it burn. We don't care.
Usher said it. Usher had a perfect song. Let it burn.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
We will take the matches and the gasoline, dump it on there, and let it go.
And we'll stand there.
And smile.
And if it starts to die out, okay. My generation, okay. My dad would literally be like, hey, young man. Yeah, Dad. Go light the charcoal. Okay. I would drench it in lighter fluid, okay?
I'll be back.
And then I would strike a match and I would put it in there. Super huge.
Babe,
Now, I didn't know any better. Yes,
keep an eye on YouTube. I'll be back.
I got you. I didn't know any better. So as soon as the fire starts dying down, what do? I'm squeezing that lighter fluid on an open flame, watching the fire come up the stream. I let it go, and the fire goes down in there. So, yeah.
How about Aquanet? A pool of it in your hand.
Lighter, Aquanet, chase your
No,
friends.
I put a pool of
Chase your
we would put Aquanet, a pool of it, light it on fire in our hand.
Yep, and then go.
So, like I said, we're not kidding when we say we watch things burn.
We used to light
Fire,
drink. We used to
fire.
light our beverages on fire. Okay, Everclear, completely flammable. Okay, we would light it on fire and drink it as it was flaming. All right, I don't want to hear that.
So that's why
Garden hose was my best friend.
garden hose water was the best.
They said, "Oh my God, did you get lead poisoning?" I don't know, but I'm still alive, so I clearly wasn't.
The lead
poisoned.
was in the paint.
Yeah, which we did eat sometimes.
Yeah, but then eventually they got rid of it.
Y'all have Tide Pods. We had lead paint. We are not the same.
And we're still better than you.
We are not the same. Not the same at all. So, metal slides. You guys have those smooth, round ones that have seams that overlap to where that overlaps into the next one, right? We had pieces of metal underneath and two pieces that were connected with rivets.
And
now,
hopefully the rivets didn't break.
if that slide, it bounced a little bit because it was only held up by little posts like this, okay? Now, if that slide just so happened to move just enough that the rivet came up, your leg would look like it went through a cheese grater. You're good, Kate. No worries. Like
Here.
Oh yeah. Here
We
go.
played.
Yeah.
Where did it go? Stupid thing.
These are our playgrounds.
Let's see if you
Up
can see.
higher.
There we are. We played tag on this.
Yeah, millennials are not
You did-
gangsters. I hate to break it to you.
Gangster.
I hate to break it to you. Gangsters don't have feelings.
So
I hate to break it to you, Queen.
We played tag on this. You couldn't touch the ground.
You had to run across the top. Okay.
The monkey bars. We
Let's
ran.
show TikTok.
We
Let's show
ran.
TikTok.
We ran across the top of the.
That
monkey
was our
bars.
playground.
And we played tag. Tag.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to hear about gangsta. You don't know anything about gangsta except for what you've heard from some rapper that still has no clue.
I mean, we've been in dormant for 30 plus years now.
I mean,
I can clearly remember if you've ever had to wait to take a drink, you might be Gen X. Go out and grab a water hose on a
Hot summer
100-degree day. Okay. Turn that hose on. And don't even wait to take it. You get hit with scalding water in your face. It's not fun. Not
Why do they
fun.
think that they're gangster? That's what I want to know. Why do they think
I don't know.
they really don't?
Hmm.
Explain to me that one. Why you think?
Yeah, tell me that much.
Why?
Tell me, Queen, why do you think millennials are gangsters? Let's see if this makes sense.
Yeah, I want to hear this one.
Mm-hmm. What makes a millennial a gangster that Gen X didn't already do?
And understand, any style that the millennials and Gen Z and all that, with the piercings and the hair and the clothing, Gen X did it first.
Yep. Boomers didn't do that shit.
Yeah, the hippies had a whole different style, but the hair colors, the piercings, the tattoos, that was Gen X. Most of your stuff looks like you ordered your Gen X version off of Wish. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so calm your pants down. All right.
Calm the tatas.
Yes, coming home before the streetlight came on. That
Now,
was a given.
Here's something the millennials have never done.
What?
Neon bike straps to seal up the bottom of their pants. Did you ever do that? Did you ever do that, Queen? Did you ever take a neon, like a vinyl neon stretchy strap, take your pants, fold it over where it's tight against your leg, and close it up with a neon strap? Did you ever do that?
Connor, my son, he had a 90s day at school. I did that to his pants.
Oh, God. I bet he was like, dude, get this off me.
He was like, what in the... I was like, that's how we did it.
Now, as a status symbol, there was a one pair of shoes that showed you were in the it crowd. They exist now, but you can buy them at JCPenney. You can buy them at almost every discount shoe store. They're vintage. Okay. They are called Cole Haans. If you had a pair of Cole Haans, you were in the crowd.
You were part of that.
Okay. If you had, and he's probably going to laugh at this when I say it, because if I remember correctly, he had a pair. Birkenstocks.
No, I never had Birkenstocks.
What was it you had that looked like Birkenstocks? We had FUBU.
FUBU.
We had FUBU.
My favorite brand that I always bought was British Knights.
Yeah, those were good.
I love British Knights.
If you owned a button-up polo shirt that had an alligator on it.
Yes.
What brand, let's check the millennial status here. What brand had an alligator? Okay. What brand or what logo did Izod have?
What constituted a penny loafer? What made it a penny loafer?
What made it a penny loafer?
That's a great one right there. There's a specific thing for a penny loafer.
Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, back in our time, people actually wore shoes with a penny in it. That was a status symbol. Don't ask me why. I thought it was dumb.
Yeah, I never did that.
I thought it was dumb. I was like, why do you have penny in your shoe?
Yeah, but
don't know.
I went to school based off of where my grandmother and my mom lived, and it was always close to where my grandparents lived, so it was in a nicer area. Right. So I went to school with a bunch of rich kids.
Yep, same.
I mean, kids getting brand new Corvettes or BMWs.
I remember the It car. Okay, the It car outside of a BMW, Corvette, Mercedes. The lower end of the It crowd was the Honda Prelude. God, that car was on every kid's wish list. I want a Honda Prelude. I look at them now and I'm like, what? Or the Miata.
Miata still is.
The Miata was a cool looking little car,
and it's still a good car.
I mean, if you find one that runs.
Well, and now you can drop a V8 in it. They've got a conversion.
Yeah. Yes, Leah, this is the podcast.
So yeah, I mean, it's insane what they can do with, and yeah,
Can I mention how so far off track we are right
yeah,
now?
the whole Logan and Mike Tyson got to start on a little
That brings back memories.
the Geo Tracker. Oh,
I can beat you. My second vehicle that I ever owned, because my first was a Ford Escort GT. Okay, 1989 Ford Escort GT. It was the coolest car in the whole wide world until I got my Suzuki Sidekick. He remembers that Suzuki Sidekick. That was a little freaking. I don't even. I don't like the color. I like the color now,
right.
but it was a coral blue and white. Like the interior was coral. Okay, like that pinkish orange color, and then the actual color of the car was like teal or aqua.
Well, teal was very
Marine blue.
popular. Yeah,
Marine blue.
It was-
Marine green.
marine
whatever.
blue, teal was very, very popular.
Very popular. My rims were white. It came from the showroom like that.
And they came with you could buy an aftermarket body kit for that was actually really cool. If you ever went car style, class act with Kid and Play, the Truckster Rosa body kit that was on that, I still today I want that Truckster Rosa body kit.
Oh God,
that was I loved it with the target top. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you had the Suzuki Sidekick. That was phenomenal. Like it got great fuel mileage. Like okay, when I filled up my tank for the first time, okay, this is how old I am. I'm giving away my secret. My first tank of gas that I ever filled up was 87 cents a gallon. 87 cents a gallon. And that was at the most expensive place in the city.
75 cents a gallon when I first started driving for gas.
Back when he started driving, they had hybrid. It was gasoline dinosaur.
Flintstones.
No.
Yeah. Had like the concrete wheels.
We had the first tablets, with stone with the chisel.
The open bottom.
So
he had the reverse convertible. Had a top with no bottom. Damn right.
Well, since that Tyson Paul match got us on a different tangent, we had actually planned on talking about that anyway. So came in, we weren't expecting it, but hey, nothing wrong with that. Like I said, we don't mind going off script for a little while.
Nope, I don't mind at all.
We love it. So I said because we're here for kind of like with WWE, we're here for the people, not for just us. So
we're here for the people.
Yeah, the fans. So,
huh? Oh, I don't know.
So after the whole Sheamus segment, had the Kairi Sane versus Lyra Valkyria.
I will only put respect on a millennial because my wife is a millennial. Outside of that, not a chance.
Respect on millennials.
Not a chance. Because 99% of the shit you guys get to do, we did first.
Hey, your wife's a millennial.
No shit.
Yeah, he just said that.
I just said.
But why should we put some respect on millennials? We don't respect.
I was raised how you.
Oh, we understand that, but she's saying we should put some respect on millennials.
My wife was raised Gen
Not
X.
all of them deserve it.
My wife was raised Gen X, so she could give a shit
I'm a
less.
millennial.
See, I mean, you don't just get respect; you earn it.
I grew up by Gen X generation.
Yeah.
Lucy, let them talk. We don't care.
Yeah. So
we don't care.
Like I said, I mean, anyways, so continue on. Kairi Sane,
back to wrestling.
Good match, Lyra. They're pushing her.
Yeah,
she's got some great skills. So you married a Gen X. Good for you.
Okay.
Hey, so you get it. She understands.
There you go.
Hey, we like you.
I married a Gen X, so I get it.
Yeah.
Well, see, there's a difference between marrying a Gen X and being raised Gen X.
That is true.
Okay. Miss Millennial. I'm going to say one word.
Brian, yes, Punk will be coming back at some point.
One word. And it impaled many kids, many kids, and became actually banned in the United States. One word. And he's going to die laughing when I say it. I showed my wife in the car on the way home from Kansas City.
That game.
Charts.
Yard dart.
If you've never played Jarts,
Yard darts. They're
like
fun.
the
Lawn darts,
original,
charts, yeah.
not them
They're all
from,
the same.
not
yeah.
the ones that
Jarts,
have
lawn
like the
darts,
rubber
yeah.
ball that hit the ground and bounce. Okay, I'm talking about the ones that you throw and the little fucking feathers slide up and down the shaft, and then it goes
Jesus,
boom,
you're a killer.
into the ground.
Yeah, we would.
I watched my friend's little sister get impaled in the outside of her calf
I know.
because you can't tell what fucking way those things are going. You watch them and you're
and
like,
if you were the first to run,
yep.
champ.
Chances are you were the first.
Oh no, they impaled feet, chest,
You didn't
legs.
know which way they were going.
They impaled everything. And you wouldn't, honest to goodness, you would not think that those things are that damn sharp.
They're heavy.
But
They were heavy, so it had some momentum behind it.
and you could hear it hit the bone every time. Every time.
Either that or getting slingshotted around at the rolling skating rink.
Hmm.
Yeah,
If you've never pedaled your bicycle tire on a merry-go-round, you're not Gen X. You're not Gen X. If you didn't put your back tire with a peg on the ground and put that tire on there and then just have somebody stand there and crank that pedal.
Well, if somebody did that, then they had guys like me, the big guys, to have them spin it around to see who you can get, yeeted off.
Bro, you were the one that I wanted to draft first on my team in Red Rover. Okay?
Oh, well, yeah, I was always number one on Red Rover.
Okay, they'd be like, I want Russ.
Yeah,
The big guy annihilated motherfuckers.
that's when big guys got their revenge. Little guys talked their smack until it came to Red Rover, and all of a sudden, yeah.
And what's even funnier is dodgeball. It literally got banned in the late 90s, I believe,
I think so.
in school.
It's still
Why? Because Gen X thought it would be funny to try to impale somebody with a rubber ball.
Bang, right off the head.
And the sound
Headshots.
it made, it pew.
And you can still smell it. I can still
Oh,
smell
yeah.
it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
but let's go, Brian. Yes, CM Punk. Yeah, he will be back. I mean, especially against Drew.
Exactly, Chess.
I mean, the build up between Punk and Drew is epic. I love how it's the long game, but they need to make sure they do it right. Kind of like the same thing with Bray. Make it in the Wyatt 6. Do it right.
Yep.
Make sure, because that would be a great match. I can see it. I would love to see that. So
Most definitely.
So moving on, we had Rey Mysterio versus Carlito. Foam balls. Really? Foam balls for dodgeball?
Mm-mm.
What's up,
The
Erica?
rubber balls.
No, fuck a wiffle ball.
No, the rubber balls.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
a wiffle ball.
But yeah, because the part of the
'Cause-
fun with the dodgeball was catching it.
Yeah.
Foam ball, I'd be catching those suckers left and right.
I wouldn't be able to catch them. I'd be like,
Where you go? That'd be
at the worst.
I had it.
What's up, Erica? The worst part about dodgeball for Gen X, okay? Ask any Gen Xer that played dodgeball in PE class. You got that one kid who thinks his arm is a cannon, and he will throw it as hard as he possibly can and try to hit one person, but he loses his grip and it goes off to the right. I'm that one person. I was that one person that thought my arm was a cannon, which it actually was. I was good. I played shortstop in baseball, high school.
And if you've seen the movie Dodgeball, how it bounces off somebody's head. Yeah.
And the part where he says nose and lips when it grazes, that shit really hurt.
Because it had little ridges. The ball had little ridges on it.
Grippy ridges.
Yeah.
So when we watched the movie Dodgeball, Yes, we did. Fuck that shit. The parachute where they
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
bounce you. Fuck that
And
shit.
then we put a ball in the middle of it and try to
Mm.
launch that thing into the stratosphere.
Mhm. Like, I can clearly remember having dodgeball burn on the tip of my nose
Like
and
rug
my
burn.
lips right here because I went to dodge a ball that was flying and I heard it. When he goes, I'm like, oh, oh. I still got called out. Are you
Well,
laughing at me
by,
over there?
by the rules, you didn't catch it, it hit you, it made contact. Out! So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so Rey Mysterio versus Carlito. Let's get back onto this real quick.
He just needs to kick him in the nuts. Take over for a second. I'm going to
It's
drink.
still just that part of it. Still, you get something to drink?
Yeah.
Give me some water.
Still
Sure.
traumatized by
Some
Twitch
aqua.
switches. I'm
Appreciate
still
it. So
traumatized
while
by
he's doing that,
switches.
we'll get us back on track.
I was born in '84.
But yeah, the whole Rey Mysterio with LWO Carlito, they're using it as a great segue for me to with the whole implosion of Judgment Day and the booting of Dominic out of Judgment Day, however that's going to work out. I said, and we both agree that how did what go? Um, but that when the Dom separating from the Judgment Day, that we feel that they're going to attack Dom, and that's when Ray is going to jump in because it's still his baby boy. Ray's going to protect his son, hands down. Oh, Ray's match. It was a typical. I mean, it wasn't memorable. It was it was expected. But like I said, you still had all the other outside things going on with it. The whole Braun and all that. That it kind of was just a segue into continue what was going on, which is to me kind of sad for Ray. But like I said, so whatever they're building to with that is, I mean, I'm interested to see how that's going to work out.
Have a good night, Queen.
So it was a segue for whatever they're going to do. Then after that, we had the great part with Chad Gable, or actually Otis versus Bronson Reed. I actually love that match.
Yes.
Having just the two big kaiju behemoths go at it, they put on a good show.
Mhm.
And like I said earlier, I'm ready for them to let Otis free.
They let Otis off the chain and it's game over.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the crowd behind him. I mean, he needs to start getting some single titles.
Yep.
I mean,
Agreed.
So, I mean, IC title, whichever. Yeah, we were kind of talking about this earlier because it looks like Chad Gable's. He said about Otis having turned on.
Yeah.
That I'm not sure what's going on with Chad, but apparently his contract is coming up soon. So not sure what angle, if basically his last thing will be Otis turning on Chad, ending it there, and even Otis maybe taking over Alpha Academy.
And if he ever comes back, his first target is Otis.
Yeah, because I know with Maxine, all that they would follow after Otis.
Yeah.
And he's picking up a lot of traction. He's been just pushed down way too much. Like I said, and I've got I've got shirts. One Otis for president, free Otis coming up that I want to because he needs a shot. He's everything about him I really like. He makes you laugh. He makes you smile. You know, and if he did a good heel turn, you know, I would be interested in seeing that even also. But right now, he's just been kind of set, you know, by the higher ups mid card, midway.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I loved him with Heavy Machinery. Otis's first teammate. I was very upset when that got broke up.
Yeah.
So it was a great combination. You could tell both the guys had a lot of fun. They had great chemistry, great workers together as a tag team. So yeah, I mean I liked Otis from them. I mean, basically, but that was over at NXT when I first saw him.
Mhm.
So I've been watching him for a while.
What's up, Cassie?
So now let's go to the final match of Raw. The cage
Liv
match,
Morgan and
Liv
Becky Lynch.
Becky. So another is still just a good push for
Yep.
Liv on what they got going on with her. You know, however that's going to work out. And apparently last week it was announced that Liv and Taylor, Uncle Howdy, they have broke up. So, so I'm not sure. I mean, of course, they're still friends. I think they started that real estate business together.
Mhm.
So, but it's one of those. Like, she was wanting to focus. I think she said more on her wrestling stuff. You
Mhm.
know, herself. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know.
Gunner, stop.
Get
over here.
So she's getting a nice push. You know, her heel. I mean, it's okay. It needs a little bit more work, but also you got to think of some of the great heels, especially females. I mean, Mommy,
Mhm.
she's a great heel. She can, and
She's gonna come back as a face. I promise you that.
Oh yeah,
There's no way,
yeah,
because you can't come back heel against heel. That
yeah.
doesn't sell.
Doesn't sell real well.
So
And-
she's
and-
gonna come back as a face.
And even when they tried to push her as a heel, she was still just getting cheered. It's like I said, goes back to the same thing with the whole Rock and Hogan match. Rock was supposed to be the face, but
Mhm.
they were booing him. You got to work at how the fans like it.
Yep.
To
And
the point.
speaking what I said at the beginning about Mommy, I was watching. If you guys never watched it, it's on A&E. It's WWE Rivals and WWE Legends. Watch those shows as often as you can. It'll tell you so much. It was talking about legends, and one of those legends was NWO.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, DX.
Okay.
One was NWO, but one was DX.
Interchangeable.
Right.
Yeah.
But
It's that thing you develop
if you
on
look
yourself.
at DX as a whole, okay, it is Judgment Day.
In a sense, yes.
No, I mean it's
Yeah, I can see that.
it's a rewritten script of Judgment.
Yeah, it's a
because you had China,
Mm-hmm.
who was the leader that held everybody together, the
Right.
workhorse, the glue, the powerhouse female that protected the men.
Right.
And Rhea Ripley from day one
Has been that.
has
Yeah.
been that person.
Right.
Same physique, same
Powerhouse.
right,
Yeah, she was the glue that kept them together.
right.
Even though Triple H or Shawn was the leader,
Mhm.
you know, they did rebrand it a little bit to make it more.
I did find out
Current.
that rebranding happened because Shawn Michaels needed surgery.
Right.
That he left DX at that
Because of
time
his back.
because his back, he needed back surgery, and they called upon Sean Waltman
Uh-huh.
and who else? It was X-Pac and what did they say? Because Billy Gunn and Jesse James came later. And I also know from that DX Part documentary that the invasion of WCW was not planned. They were sitting in a meeting one day just shooting the shit,
Uh-huh.
and somebody popped off with a funny idea. Why don't we go invade WCW?
Because they were right down the street.
So They were in the same time. They were competing for ratings. And it's sad because that, literally that moment, destroyed WCW. They never regained the ratings.
Yeah. Well,
Ever.
and they had the one FUBAR with Mankind that
Yep.
started the shift, but then that invasion capped it off.
Yep.
It was done with. At
Eric
that point.
Bischoff was in the ring while they were outside.
Yeah.
And he said in this documentary, watch it if you get a chance. But he said that if he would have known that they were coming, he would have opened the doors and said, "Come on into the ring. Let's have ourselves a fight." He said that he would have loved nothing more than to let them come in and just throw hands.
Well, see, that's the thing is, it would have been great because honestly, the two main individuals on both sides
Mm-hmm.
were best friends.
Yep.
Triple H, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Sean.
Yep.
They were all best friends. They were the clique.
And they how they went about their last night on Raw was Scott Hall and Kevin Nash will never live that down. You break the fourth wall, you show everybody that you're actually friends, and then you leave the show. Did you know? I found this out also on the NWO part.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. They insert Andre the
Oh,
Giant.
nice. Nice.
That's awesome.
Badass.
That's cool.
When NWO came over to WCW,
Uh-huh.
they
The Outsiders.
it was obviously orchestrated by Eric Bischoff.
Right.
They were losing traction. Like
Right.
people were becoming uninterested.
Yeah.
So they had to do a change.
Right. Horrible gimmicks.
So what did they do? They came up with the storyline that rewrote it, that Eric Bischoff was behind everything.
Right.
Like, I'm just like, how do you do all this? This is crazy. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Just get it, bro. Get it. Like,
Yeah.
you learn so much. Watch Rivals and Legends.
But, and we've talked about when we did their interview at WrestleMania
Mhm.
that the whole
Yes, we were
re-revolution-
interviewed. We were interviewed by WWE.
Yeah. The whole revamping and revolution that revitalized everything. Those four men, the clique,
Mm-hmm.
were the cornerstones that formed the two biggest factions that just sent wrestling as a whole back into the stratosphere.
Right.
If it would have been for those four guys
Mm-hmm.
and them feeding off of each other the
Mhm.
way they did,
Yep.
it brought such a great dynamic and just intensity and enjoyment
Right.
all the way around.
Now, I will say this, as much as I don't want to believe it, while DX was big, okay, they got big, they got popular, they get fucking stratosphere type shit. NWO was bigger, much bigger, because NWO started out as black and white, then it went to red and black, which was the Wolf Pack. Yeah.
Not this Bullet Club.
No, not this. It was this. But you had red and white, or red and black, and then you had Latino World Order. So, all you millennials and Gen Zers that see that Latino World Order, are like, oh, that's cool. They came up with that. No, that started in our time.
Yeah. And
We
the-
watched the very first match.
and it was Eddie that started the LWO.
Yeah, Eddie and Ray.
And the whole concept was
Eddie, Ray, Conan, Sean Hernandez.
I miss Conan.
oh,
I love
God.
Conan. He
I have
was
a
so-
excuse me. I have a picture with Homicide
really
and Hernandez.
wow.
I got to watch them wrestle in Shawnee.
wow, that's awesome.
I got a picture with Val Venus. Yeah, if y'all don't know who that is, we can't be friends.
But see, and the whole thing with the whole NWO, LWO is they were going to do a rebrand and change the name from WCW to NWO.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost finalized, and then Ted Turner stopped it.
He bought into AOL.
And so that's when that was kind of the changing it. It kind of made it weird because it was WCW, NWO.
They were talking about that in the documentary too, that it wasn't going to be New World Order. It was going to be New Wrestling Organization
Right.
or not new.
Something like that.
Next,
Something like that. It was going
I
to
don't
be.
remember. It was something wrestling organization. Yeah, that was going to be the name. Like WWE is going to be NWO. But it's funny. If you look at the new WWE 2K24 game, when you are the owner of your own promotion, I'll just let you find out what it is.
Okay. So Brian's Rushmore is Eddie, Taker, Cena, and Triple H.
Wait, I mean,
No.
I'll agree with Taker.
Hold on. No. You, Brian, I love you to death, bro. I've known you for like 10 years. You cannot put Eddie on a Rushmore with Cena.
I don't go to a mechanic.
No. I would say, and this is just my opinion, Eddie, Taker, Piper, H. Roddy Piper.
Yeah, I could say, as much as Cena was very beneficial for that era.
You just can't throw somebody that came in after all the work was done. No offense to Cena, because he worked his ass off.
Great worker, great.
Cena is the greatest of the modern time.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is catching up. But if you're going to have Eddie, Taker, and Triple H, all from the Attitude Era, you cannot make any sense out of bringing somebody in from the Ruthless Aggression Era and putting it on that Rushmore.
Well, see, for me, when I think Rushmore, I think their whole career and what they brought to
right
as a whole.
Oh yeah,
not just their career as a wrestler, but as a whole, but outside the ring. Cena was great because he is still one of the highest ones for a Make-A-Wish.
Yep.
But Taker, I agree with 100%.
I agree with Eddie.
Yeah, I like Eddie. I don't know if I would put him on Rushmore.
We got to pick a female for Rushmore.
I mean,
let's pick a female. There's only one name that comes to mind when you think of females on Mount Rushmore.
What are you thinking?
Moolah.
Fabulous Moolah.
That woman.
From way back till.
If y'all didn't get a chance to see the Fabulous Moolah in her prime, in her like 30s, 40s, go back and look. Yeah. She might turn some of y'all motherfuckers on. That woman was a looker back in the 50s. Okay.
Triple H has solidified. I mean, if Triple H is not in everybody's Rushmore, then they don't know. I mean,
You just dropped.
Yeah. See, Lita, great worker. But then you also have Trish. Lita and Trish, you put them together because Lita and Trish, without each other, they really didn't have anything. Their battles and their feuds what made them iconic.
China, I get.
China, yes.
China, I 100% get.
I can understand why you say China, but still, an overall
Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah. Me.
That's my female Rushmore.
Especially backstage.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I get Taker because Taker was the ring in the locker room general. He was there to, if anybody had a question or had an idea.
And he came in just on a whim.
Yeah.
He didn't even really want to wrestle. Okay.
He would be, if I was going to put, actually, honestly, if I was going to put it by those criteria, stuff like that.
You know what that came out of? Remember that the shark tooth backbones that I got the kids?
Another great female, because especially with her work, you can tell that she's Charlotte.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And she didn't want to wrestle.
Yeah.
And she will be.
She changed some stuff.
Yeah.
She's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah. I mean, hands down. And she didn't want to do it, but she is flawless at it.
Mm-hmm.
That genetic gifting that she got, just it's amazing.
Do you realize how
So go put it up
far
so you
off
won't
track
lose
we
it,
are?
okay?
Yeah, I know.
We may have to save NXT.
Yeah, I want to get to the first part of NXT though.
That's fine.
But yeah, exactly. Look at her dad. That's she, and that's why we like a lot of the current things going on with the WWE. You have these second, third generation wrestlers
Now,
that grew up in it.
how
they know it.
many of y'all knew that Ric Flair would not be Ric Flair without Dusty Rhodes? Dusty Rhodes worked him into the person he is now.
Well, and especially considering where Ric Flair pre-plane crash
Mm-hmm.
and post. I mean, Ric Flair was a big brawler type dude,
Yeah, he was.
but his crash, that airplane crash, forced him to reevaluate and redo everything and made him now the nature boy.
Yep.
So,
Yep. I learned that. Like I said, you learn a lot in these documentaries. The Rivals had Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair. Watch that rivalry. Ric Flair came in a hot shot, top to trot. Thought he was
and
tough
he
shit.
sold it so well.
And Dusty, in real life, Dusty humbled him. Not like by beating his ass or anything like that, just with his words, with his wisdom, his knowledge of the business, everything. And I'm sorry to say, well, I'm not sorry to say, my Mount Rushmore, mine, is Dusty, Bob Orton, Fabulous Moolah, and Taker.
Yep.
That's my Rushmore. I'll stand on that till the day I die.
I look at it a little different. For me, of those that made the biggest impact in the industry, to me, you will always and forever have to say, whether you like him or not, Hogan.
Yeah.
I mean, just hands down. Vince McMahon caught fire with him.
Yep.
And Hogan is now will forever be
Immortal.
Mm-hmm. And a face for the professional wrestling, not just WWE, all professional wrestling, forever and forever. So you have to put him on there, if you ask me.
And here's the funny part. For those that don't know, Sting was in WWE or WCW long before Hogan ever got there.
NWA. Yes.
Sting was going to originally be the Hollywood Hogan character.
Yeah, because Hogan turned it down. He said he was doing that Thunder in Paradise.
Yep.
And it was set for Bash at the Beach that Sting was going to be the one to turn. 3 days before, Hogan called up Bischoff and said, I want to do it. And so that's when they changed the plans.
That's my son back there. He thinks he's a Jedi. I'm going to let him think that.
But I think that worked out better for Sting in the long run.
It did, because he was able to. Do you know who talked him into the white face paint?
Scott Hall.
Yep.
Scott Hall.
He said, why don't you put some white paint on your face or something? Quit being so flamboyant. He said, you ever seen the movie The Crow?
And he had never heard of The Crow. And basically Scott said, copy the Taker without copying the Taker.
Right.
And
so he did.
And he did.
He said, do something like Brandon Lee and The Crow and just.
And that first year did not say a single word.
Nope. But he sure beat the shit out of people.
And of course, and with him coming out of the rafters, unfortunately, with WWE trying to copy it, we had the unfortunate accident because they were trying to copy. Which that changed it for everybody, not just WWF at the time, but WCW. That's when Sting stopped coming out of the rafters.
Yep.
So.
Good old Owen Hart.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what his career would have done if that hadn't happened.
He was.
And can you imagine being the fan he landed on?
Yeah.
Knowing you are forever entwined
with
that one moment in time. Like, are they still a wrestling fan?
Oh, I'm sure.
Are they traumatized to even turn it on? Do they go into sporting events?
Yeah.
Do they get triggered when somebody's rafting down from somewhere at some point?
Nope, she was in there playing with her blanket.
Like,
Who knows? Well, we're gonna dive into NXT. Okay. So
not gonna go off track again.
when my son and I started watching NXT, which we heard the week previously that there was going to be a female rapper, Sexy Red, showing up. And I looked at my son and I was like, do you know who that is? And he was like, I have no clue. I was like, okay. So the next, then Tuesday night, we're eating dinner. We just get done eating. Ava's out there and announces Sexy Red. And she comes walking out. How is she popular? I know this is my opinion, and take it for that, but I see nothing sexy about her. I was actually kind of nauseous. I mean, I'm not kidding. I was actually became kind of nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
I saw she was no different than any other, especially that we've seen growing up, trying to basically shaking her butt and whatever.
Yep.
I saw nothing special. I don't know her music, and after what I've seen with that, I could really.
I don't want to know her music.
I don't want to know her music. I could care less. I mean, with the whole shit. That's why I'm not a big fan of Lola Vice.
Yep.
I don't care.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, Brian. We're probably going to end this session with that, with the TNA. Okay. So, but apparently, Sexy Red is going to be the host of the PLE Battleground.
I won't be watching.
I mean, I'll watch it.
I'll fast forward. I'll watch it after it's over.
Yeah, I don't want to see her in a skin tight outfit trying to shake her butt.
Nope.
It's not attractive.
Nope.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to watch Lola Vice doing it either. I could care less.
Yep.
I'm not. If it's because I'm older, I just don't care about that anymore.
And speaking of a millennial Gen X kind of thing, where you FA'd, but then you FO'd, right?
Right.
Roxanne Perez pulled the ultimate FA only to FO.
Yes. Like I said, I love Roxanne Perez's heel turn.
Yes.
But they did it in the same way that they were trying to do with Cora Jade.
Who's back, by the way.
Yeah, she's her knee is healing up. So, and she even said something about Roxanne Perez's heel turn. And she's doing the best she can. Roxanne is doing the best she can with the heel turn, but she's still such a fan favorite.
Yep. Until NXT.
And
She went from up here to the underdog real quick.
Like I said, when they announced who her,
I was thinking maybe, I was thinking, what's her name? The PhD lady, the dentist.
The dentist?
Yeah, she's an actual dentist in real life.
Oh, well, she's still on TNA. Yeah.
Well, no, she's free.
Oh, she is free. Really?
I forget what her name was.
It's because it's Michael.
Anyway,
but Bay's.
No, not that one.
Not that one.
Brian, help me out. The dentist lady. She's literally a multi-million-dollar dentist in real life. Britt Baker.
Yeah, Britt. Okay, yeah.
So I thought it was going to be
because her husband is part of the.
Right. Yeah. I thought it was going to be Britt Baker coming back because she's free and making a comeback.
I didn't realize that she was a free agent.
Yeah. And
she's.
I'm looking over and I see the little half. It says DYNNEACE, and I'm like, I'm like, what the fuck? No. And then she comes out and the title says TNA, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is she doing? What did she do? And then I was like, crossing back over.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, they showed up. We realized how close of a working structure they've got with TNA
At the Rumble. Yeah.
When she showed up. It was like, okay, which made sense why Dolph Ziggler showed up over at TNA and some of these others, because they're still with the organization, a different,
Right.
part of the organization. But I mean, yeah.
What's your call on that one? Roxanne or Jordan Grace?
I gotta say Jordan. I
think
really-
she's going back to TNA with the title.
I mean,
and it's going to be a crossover. That's going to be the doorway.
Great crossover.
That's going to be the doorway that
kinda-
opens it in.
Because we were talking about how they needed a fourth show.
Is WWE buying TNA?
mean-
They bought WCW.
Yeah.
Are they going to buy TNA?
So
That would
is
be
there
epic.
is there? I mean, there's some kind of working arrangement.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Easily.
So
Because you don't just allow your talent to go on another show
Right.
if there's not a working
and now that
arrangement.
it's more than once that they've had TNA.
Well, they had a
figures-
guy come in
exactly.
last week, I think.
They've had
Who was the guy that came in? The announcer in NXT said somebody kicked the door or opened the door, and Jordan Grace just kicked that sumbitch wide open,
yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah. Because which is great. Like when we've talked about, they've needed a fourth show.
No, speed doesn't cut it.
No, it's a nice little entertaining midweek thing.
Right.
But TNA would be a great fourth show.
Because then they'd have Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Wednesday. No.
They'd have Tuesday because
Monday, Tuesday's NXT. Wednesday would be TNA, and Thursday's open. Friday.
Yeah.
Or would it be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday? Because Speed is Wednesday.
right?
They'd have it 5 days a
Have it
week.
5 days a week.
Mhm.
I mean, that would be perfect.
I mean, hey, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
WWE every
Like I
night of
said,
the week.
because we've talked about how the deck is so loaded with great superstars that a lot of
There's
them
not enough room for
there's
them.
not enough room for them.
Yep.
That's why they needed a fourth show. And if they could acquire or bring TNA into the fold fully,
Yep. I mean, they're big enough that they're turning SummerSlam into a 2-day event.
yeah,
That's
that's
unreal.
yeah. I mean, so
Are they going to start doing that with all the PLEs?
I would say the
The
big ones,
like SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Survivor Series is really only a one show minus the match, and then you have some pay-per-views that are one brand, like
Right.
SmackDown or Raw. So why not have a 2-day event where SmackDown's one night and Raw's another night?
I mean, I see the big ones, all of them going Survivor Series, all that going to 2 nights, and it's great.
Well, there's a deal. I forget who said it. Wrestling Insider or somebody. They said they're going to bring back New Year's Revolution.
Oh wow,
Yeah, she's just content.
Yeah, because then they're talking about
Hell in a Cell, 2 nights.
that'd be big. They're talking about bringing back Halloween Havoc. I
Well,
mean-
they do have, if I remember right, Halloween Havoc as on NXT,
Mhm.
kind of like Battleground, which was a WCW thing.
Right,
A lot of the some of the WCW things have made it to as part of NXT.
right.
now,
They're talking about bringing back Bash at the Beach.
which is NXT already has Bash at the
Right.
Beach.
Um,
They just had it not too long ago,
right.
but they do it during the regular airing.
There
show.
was one that they had. It was in the Attitude Era. No, it was in the Ruthless Aggression era because John Cena and Kurt Angle fought for a title here in Oklahoma City. I want to say it was No Mercy.
No Mercy or Unforgiven.
One of the two, but they're literally talking about bringing every one of those pay-per-views back
Wow.
because they want to have a PLE every single month.
Right.
instead of having one in this month and then 4 months later here and then 3 months later here and then 2 months later here. They want one every month. I mean, literally, they just had
Right. And then 3 weeks
King and
later, they're
Queen,
having
King and
another.
Queen of the
Yeah.
Ring. Next is Clash at the Castle. And then 3 weeks before King and Queen of the Ring was Backlash. And then 3 weeks before that was WrestleMania.
You're right.
So I mean, if you do it by the week in weeks of 3, you'll have 52 weeks. And if you have a PLE
It's too late for me to math right now.
every week or every 3 weeks, that'll be like 15 to 20 PLEs.
Was it No
Well,
Mercy?
no, because 10 of them would
It might have been
be
No Mercy.
No, you want
10 PLEs would be 30
kept
weeks.
staring at it. You just didn't want to.
And then you'd have 11, 12, 13, 14. You'd have 15 to 16 PLEs a year. Perfect.
Right. Well, and how well they're going over, especially in Europe, would work out because
Backlash is going to forever be in France. Triple H already said that. Backlash will always be in France.
that crowd was ridiculous.
And obviously, Clash at the Castle will always be in Scotland,
Will be in England,
England.
the UK.
Night of Champions will always be in Saudi Arabia.
So
WrestleMania will just be wherever.
yeah, but I see a WrestleMania eventually being overseas.
I see one eventually being in Oklahoma City. Have you
We
seen
get
the
that.
plans for that new arena?
I haven't seen them yet.
1.4 million square feet.
Yeah, and they're looking at doing more car parks.
Do you know how big Texas Stadium is?
I don't.
1.9 million square feet.
So
Literally 400,000 square feet smaller than Texas Stadium. 400,000 square feet is like a quarter of Paycom.
right. So it's not much.
So, and they're talking about this stadium to be able to hold 115,000 people.
That's just the stadium. That's not.
They're talking about putting an NFL team there, along with the Thunder.
Right. Well, we're finally getting big enough to be
Yeah.
able to support that.
You bring an NFL team here, it's over. But where are you going to put the parking?
Well, that's what I said. It looks like they're working on.
Like, I mean, where the sound stage was for Twisters, right across from Myriad Gardens, is perfect opportunity.
Well, it has been officially announced that the studio will be the site.
Mhm.
They're going to tear it down, and of course, yeah, then everything's going to start working from there.
Are they going to tear down the Paycom
They're going to have to.
and put parking there,
They're going to have to.
or are they going to
And
put,
then-
or are they going to leave it up like they did the Myriad
Well,
Gardens?
you know how Scissortail Park, it runs north and south. Where it goes over I-40,
Yep.
there's all those old businesses.
Mhm.
They're starting to buy them out, and they'll be putting parking all along there. Multi-tier parking there.
Right. They would have to have 3 and 4 level
Yeah.
parking in every one of those
So
spots.
I know 5 years ago, one of the lots got bought out, and the guy was talking already of putting a 5-tier parking garage right
I
there.
mean, if you put at least 3 floors, and they are 1 million square feet each, you're looking at
Yeah.
6,000 vehicles.
Yeah, like I said, the parking will be there soon.
Oh yeah,
So
they're talking about demolishing. I was going to say demolishing the U-Haul building.
it's almost iconic.
Yeah, I mean, not really.
And almost, like I said, it's almost.
I would say the mill is more iconic.
Yeah.
That's now rock
Well, but I
climbing.
mean, we got that new hotel that's supposed to be the tallest building.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah,
It's
well,
not
it will
supposed
be.
to be. It's
Yeah.
going to be the
Yeah, it will
tallest
be.
building in North America.
North America. Yeah.
Which, why here?
Well, because we're starting to grow, and
It's the center of the United States, for one.
Yeah.
I mean, do these people not realize that one good May 3rd tornado and that building will be a fucking 1,000-foot long missile?
Well, but I think they've done the research. I mean, to have
But they said it's supposed to be a twisty building,
Yeah, so it can flex.
and so that way it bends and moves.
It can
and,
flex.
Right. Off track again.
Well, yes and no, because we're talking about
Right.
Oklahoma.
We didn't
Oklahoma
take our medicine today.
It's getting late by the time for us to go to bed. Us old folk.
I mean, I don't have to be up tomorrow.
I know you don't. I do. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna have to close this down. It's been a fun one though. I've enjoyed this one.
Oh yeah, it's been a great one.
Mother knows.
All the different conversations, and I love. Thank you, Brian, for joining in. It was great.
Yeah, for sure. Every Thursday at 7:30, Brian.
Yeah.
Be
we're,
here.
We're here. We may not start exactly at 7:30, but we get to be as close as possible.
No.
And like I said, we
Just subscribe to the channel and you'll get that ding. So
and I said we also talk about entertainment stuff, movies, stuff like
yeah,
that.
for sure.
We're getting ready to hit blockbuster season.
First movie this summer I'm gonna go see.
Yep, Twisters. I'm ready for that one. I'm so ready for that.
Parts of that movie were filmed right down the street. And right down the street. And right down the street. And that way too. Part of that movie was filmed during storm season. One of the bigger tornadoes that hit Oklahoma this year is in that movie. It's a real tornado.
No CGI needed.
No, it was an EF3.
And you get to Oklahoma at the right time.
And luckily, that was the tornado that decimated like 2.5 million acres. Right?
Right.
No houses
Right.
whatsoever. Just open land.
We like it when it's open land. Unlike Sulphur that got hammered.
And then I think it was a campsite or a trailer park in Claremore.
Yeah.
Just got
They
slaughtered.
got brutal. That was brutal.
3 tornadoes hit the same damn place in the same damn night. I mean, was the tornado just not hungry? Or is it not full?
I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna get off on a whole.
The first tornado was like, man, that was tasty. Let me call my brother and sister.
Man, y'all gotta try this town. Them trailers
Them
is
trailers
yummy.
are pretty tasty. You come get you one too.
Shoot, let's go.
Clint, that was really good. Go tell Clive. That one was yummy.
And here we go. We really forgot our medicine today. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, we'll go ahead and call an end to this one. Be here next Thursday, 7 something.
Yeah. And Brian, if you like wrestling trivia, it seems like you do. I've got a TikTok. It's called wrestle.wisdom.
Yes,
And I've done 8 episodes.
and
I'm
you
about to
could
do a
actually DM him and
Yeah.
give him trivia questions to post.
That's it. It's not just about me.
It was over there.
It's everybody's thing here.
Yep.
So
So,
all right.
y'all be good until we
See you
eat again.
again.
Bye, guys.
Touchdown in the middle of